For us to come back from the spring break, the goal for us was to pick up where we left off and not have to start all over again. So with our players, we made it a point for them to stay in good shape throughout spring break, obviously make good choices and decisions. So they could come back and we could continue where we left off. I feel like we did that today. The whole point of spring football is to progress, to keep progressing. And progress has to be forced, it has to be pushed, it has to be worked. It just doesn't happen until you show up. So I feel like we got a lot done today. We did have progress today, and looking forward to pushing
kind of the sign is that you seem pleased about where things were after a game. What does that say about the mindset, the character, the willingness to stick to a plan even when people aren't watching?
Probably an understanding of where we want to go, probably a better understanding of, you just don't magically win more games as years go by because you want to win more than the year before. Everybody's working hard, everybody has good players. And the more we can digest that concept and understand fully that nothing but our very best is going to be good enough. We play, every year we're going to play a challenging schedule. And understanding that, we're going to work every single day is going to be the ultimate difference in how we play on Sundays.
Mario, with Carson still limited, just how much of an opportunity is this for the rest of the quarterback group to get the reps, get a chance with one successful?
Sure. Well, it's, the opportunity comes in the form of reps, and sometimes it's live reps, sometimes it's walkthrough reps, sometimes it's reps in the film. The cumulative reps they're priceless. And that's the valued piece of, I think, any program, any player's development. These guys are, even Carson, these guys are still young guys. They still got to get those repetitions. So Emery's had a great camp. Judd had one of his better days today. Really just made some really tough, spot-on throws in real tight windows. Luke shows why he was the Gatorade Player of the Year. Well, that quarterback room was really benefiting and thrive with the added reps. And at the same time, Carson is getting plenty of work, just not actually slinging the ball.
Mario, obviously, Francis has been very good through his first 2 years here. Where do you see him progressing, and what do you think his ceiling can be as a junior?
Well, I think we all know that he's a special young man. He's a special talent, elite power, elite mindset, elite upbringing, elite parenting. I mean, he's been pushed, he's been challenged since the beginning, and I think what he does, he challenges himself as a person to be a better leader. He challenges himself to be a better community presence. He does a lot of work with, you name it, every possible community service opportunity. And then with him, he understands the game really well now, so we do want to achieve that next level. What is that next level for him? I think it always starts with your physicality and effort. We want to take finish to a different level. Our technique and fundamentals and versatility, right? We always work guys in different positions to be able to help ourselves and putting our best five out there all the time, and also, God forbid, any injuries, we can move guys around. He's striving for perfection, for absolute excellence, and he has no governor. He just goes. He's got his foot on the gas, and he is unbelievably fun to coach because every single day he brings it, and he brings it with a great attitude. I could talk forever on this guy, and I also think that if he hears me praising him too much, he's going to think I'm crazy because he wants to get pushed and challenged. So we'll probably leave him out there.
Is he still running like 20 miles an hour?
He's probably there. He's probably there at 338 to 344 pounds, depending what's at lunch. There's musubi there, a couple sushi rolls. It might be 6 pounds over. If not, it might be the other way. But he takes great pride in his physicality and in his conditioning. He's probably 20% body fat at that weight, which gives him the most muscle density of any athlete we've had here at the University of Miami in football.
And then on the left side of the line, obviously got to fill in some spots. How is that side coming along with Markel potentially playing at left tackle, Ryan and Matt at left guard?
We're playing a lot of guys. I want to refer to my sheet so I don't miss anybody, because I think it's important to recognize a couple of guys. We know what James Rockemeyer and Ryan, they're doing a great job. Those guys are really, really good football players. And Markel has had a great spring. Markel's about 345, 350, depending on which scale he sets on. but I think he's now really comfortable using his length and playing with balance and body control. He has natural power, plays with natural leverage. I think it's been a lot of fun and very, just exciting to watch Tommy Kinsler develop. Tommy Kinsler's had a great spring. Really, really has pushed everybody around him and himself at a couple different positions. I think the freshmen have really shown up well, and I still think of Nino as a freshman also. Nino's gotten reps in there at center and at guard. But SJ and Max Buchanan, Demetrius, Jaden got a little bit banged up, but he's done well. I think Inez Cooper has had overall maybe the best spring of any player on the team. Cooper's really, and it's worth noting because he is really noticeably daily, rep by rep basis, pushed himself really hard. He wants to be that guy, and we're going to push him harder to get the most out of him.
Mario, as the draft gets closer, the likelihood that Cam will be a first-hour pick, if not, the ultimate, the number one. How has he already transitioned from Miami player to Miami ambassador? Just having Miami attached to everything that he does already. How much of a help has that been as he transitions from a guy who played here to now a guy who's just going to be part of the history?
Well, it certainly validates a lot of things. I think he's been that since he's gotten here, since we started the season. He's always been just naturally an ambassador. Now, as you mentioned, he carries that with him as he has opportunities in front of media around the country, and so in front of so many different venues and opportunities. So he's changed the profile. Pro Day will now look like what Pro Day has looked like at Miami for a lot of years, a lot of decades, right? And when UM was running at the highest level, we were winning in April at the highest level. And that's tied into what you do throughout the course of your recruiting classes, the development that they have while they're here with you, and now, of course, the use of the transfer portal. So next month there will be a loaded boat here, and not just for the guys that are coming out this year, but a sneak peek at the guys that are going to come the following years also. So it'll be a really fulfilling day for them, and the best part about watching these guys work out, they're really enthused about coming back and watching the team take the next step. They've been a great mentor since.
What's it mean to you that all of the important eyeballs in the NFL will be on pro campus?
Well, I think it's a big statement for a lot of reasons. It's progress. It's more and more progress. It's a sign of what's going on inside the building in terms of development and talent acquisition. It shows up more significantly in the win column. I think it shows parents of local recruits and recruits from afar. Right? We're going to have both, demographics show up on draft day and going to show up really well on pro day. It's like just a really strong statement that we're progressing and moving towards all the things that we spoke about doing when we got here a couple of years ago. And that's it's a monster step in that direction. And it's going to be a fun day. And I think the guys are going to do really well. They've been working their tails off. What I've seen out here, I wish I could get a couple fake IDs and some loyal eligibility and get them back for next year. But they're going to do really well. They're going to be really good players for years.
That's probably coming in the next NCAA.
The IDs?
Yeah.
I'll probably get a call later, but very grateful for those guys. Those guys are awesome. I hope you guys could take some time to come out here and watch Pro Day. It's going to be a really special day, and I think it's good for our players coming out. They're done with a walkthrough. Some of them have tutoring and whatnot. They'll have a chance to see what it looks like. How do you want it to end, right? You want to keep pushing the wins. You want to go earn and win a championship, and then you want to end and take your career to that next step with a diploma in hand. It's again, another step to bringing all those things together.
Let's do a few more questions for Coach.
What are you seeing from the wide receivers these first 4 days, and maybe how you're evaluating without Carson out here? Just how are you looking at the receiver position?
I see a lot of contested catches. It's very encouraging to see the competitiveness of the wide receivers. We play a lot of different coverages, very multiple in what we do on the back end. But one-on-one gives you an opportunity to see what they do against man coverage as well. I think you've seen, I want to start with the tight end of Elijah Lofton and his versatility and the way he's created, he showed it last year. He's a matchup problem for people. And he has picked up where he left off and getting better, and he's faster, and he's stronger. I think you're outside and inside there. Ray Ray's had an incredible spring. It's worth noting. I don't think he gets enough attention, but he's fully healthy. He is running extremely fast, looking really explosive, and has been tremendous in spring. Night Car, tremendous catch today. JoJo has had a really strong spring. Malachi Tony, you've heard a lot of, and it's warranted. I mean, it's a special guy that's advanced, and that we are going to accelerate along with a couple of other guys. Let me mention a couple of other guys here that stick out. Where's my guy?
Josh Moore.
Yes, I'm going to get to him in a minute, but Dalen Upshaw. Dalen Upshaw's had a great spring so far as well. Josh Moore is, you've seen a body type. He's an absolute monster. And his approach every single day, like Dalen, like Malachi's, they haven't approached it like freshmen. We asked them to accelerate their maturity, and therefore they have taken upon themselves to be here at 5:30, 5:25 on practice days and catch extra balls. And to stay and really live up in the building, on their own. It's voluntary, can't force it. But anyways, they're up there and they're putting in the time to be able to play fast, and it has shown so far in a big time way. The tight ends, I can't say enough about what we've seen so far about him. You've seen Elijah, the guy working named Jackson Carver, he's 25 pounds heavy, looks great. Luka Gilbert and Rock Shot have really stood out as well. I mean, we're getting a lot of opportunities, a lot of reps on guys. It's hard to talk about them all at the same time, but I want to mention all of them because those guys, they really have it. Jack Nickel did a great job stepping in today. Alex Wogan was a little bit nicked up, but he's going to be back in action this week, and he showed some great stuff as well. So a lot to be excited about. I look forward to giving you more and more reports. Just devastating knockout shot. He knows when to pull up. Do right by your teammate while still accomplishing what you need to on the play. But communicates extremely well. His experience as a starter last year at Jacksonville State, he was very well coached over there. Terry Jefferson, a benefactor, having him here as well. And I can't speak enough about not only Coach Jefferson but Coach Etheridge and Coach Harris. They have pushed that unit. They're getting a lot out of them, and they are not compromising the standard. So a lot of fun and a lot more work to do. We have a ways to go, but we do feel like we're making progress every day.
Great. First day in full pads?
We'll probably be Saturday.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.